is Amanda Blake. How's it going? I'm very excited to have you here today because this is my very first video on my brand new channel. Today we'll be having a look at The World of Ice and Fire by George R.R. Martin. He's one of my favorite authors, so I hope you enjoy as we explore this wonderful, wonderful, wonderful universe. Let's begin. The World of Ice and Fire. The untold history of Westeros and the Game of Thrones. As beautiful as that cover was, I always enjoy taking off the cover. How beautiful is that? We can remove this cover now. Put it away. This texture is so satisfying. We have Dragonstone. Some beautiful sigils. I hope you can see them all. I think the green ones pop out the most. Look at them. If you actually look at the details of the Targaryen sigil, at least in this illustration, it's quite beautiful. We've got Storm's End. Always raining outside. As the name would suggest. To his most esteemed and gracious lord, Tommen, the first of his name, King of the Andals and the Rhoynar, and the first men, Lord of the Seven Kingdoms, and Protector of the Realm. Yandel, humble Maester of the Citadel, wishes thousandfold prosperity now and forever, and wisdom unmatched. That's the preface which we weren't going to. We have a beautiful illustration of Aegon the Conqueror riding Valerian the Black Dread. I don't know about you, but that dragon is quite monstrous. definitely bend the knee if someone threatened me with such a massive, massive, massive dragon. This is the construction of the wall. You can see the giants, mammoths in the background, and humans all working together to construct the wall. The most interesting part to me is that all three of these people, they work together to build this wall that would ultimately separate them. Ironic, almost. We've got a map of the known world. Let's see. It's very interesting. These are the more mythical creatures which aren't really seen anymore in modern day Westeros. The coming of the first men. What does it say here? What does it say here? It says, whether the green men still survive on the isle is not clear, although there is occasional account of some foolhardy young liver. Whether the green men still survive on the isle is not clear, although there is the occasional account of some foolhardy young river lord taking a boat to the isle and catching sight of them before the winds rise up, or a flock of ravens drives him away. The nursery tales claiming that they are horned and have dark green skin is a corruption of the likely truth, which is that green men wore green garments and horned headdresses. So in this illustration, we have the children of the forest and the first men forming a pact. The Age of Heroes. The Age of Heroes lasted for thousands of years, in which kingdoms rose and fell, noble houses were founded and withered away, and great deeds were accomplished. Yet what we truly know of those ancient days is hardly more than what we know of the Dawn Age. The tales we have now are the work of septums and maesters writing thousands of years after the fact. Yet, unlike the children of the forest and the giants, the first men of this age of heroes left behind some ruins and ancient castles that can corroborate parts of the legends. And there are stone monuments in the Barrow fields and elsewhere marked with their ruins. It is through these remnants that we can begin to ferret out the truth behind the tales. We've got a note here that says, "It is best to remember that when we speak of the legendary founders of realms, we speak merely of some early domains, generally centered on a high seat, such as Castle Rock or Winterfell, that in time incorporated more and more land and power into their grasp. If Garth Greenhand ever ruled, what he claimed was the kingdom of the Reach, it is doubtful its writ was anything more than notional beyond a fortnight's ride from his halls. But from such pretty domains arose the mightier kingdoms that came to dominate Westeros in the millennia to come. The long night. We can see a ruined ring fort of the first men. The others, over here we have the others mounted on ice spiders and dead horses, as the legends claim. Now we have the rise of Valeria. This is a beautiful portrait. I'm not sure who they are, but it's cute little dragon whelpers. Very adorable. So, here we have a portrait of the fall of old geese. Wow, look at that. This picture is quite telling. You can see the slaves and the dragons in the sky. Let's see what it says about Valerian Steel. The properties of Valerian Steel are well known and are the result of both folding iron many times to balance and remove impurities, and the use of spells, or at least arts we do not know, to give a natural strength to the resulting steel. Those arts are now lost, though the smiths of Ko claim to still know magics for reworking Valerian steel without losing its strength or unsurpassed ability to hold an edge. The Valerian steel blades that remain in the world might number in the thousands, but in the 7 kingdoms there are only 227 such weapons, according to Archmaester Thurgood's inventories, some of which have since been lost or have disappeared in the annals of history. We have an illustration of the fires of the 14 flames coursing through Valeria, fuel for the pyromancer's magic. Of the history of Valeria as it is known today, many volumes have been written over the centuries, and the details of their conquests, their colonizations, the feuds of the dragon lords, the gods they worshipped, and more, could fill libraries and still not be complete. Galandros, the fires of the Freehold, is widely considered the most definitive history, and even there the citadel lacks 27 of the scrolls. So here we have Andal adventurers in the Vale, with the mountains of the moon in the distance. An old legend told in Pentos claims that the Andals slew the Swan Maidens, who lured travellers to their deaths in the Velvet Hills that lie to the east of the Free City. A hero whom the Pentoshi singer called Huko led the Andals at that time, and it is said that he slew the 7 maids, not for their crimes, but instead as sacrifice to his gods. There are some maesters who have noted that Huko may be a rendering of the name Hugo, but even more so than in the 7 kingdoms ancient legends. from the east must be distrusted. Too many peoples have traveled back and forth, and too many legends and tales have mingled. Look at all of these bodies here. So much tragedy. Here we have Princess Nymeria leading the 10,000 ships. It's a very powerful woman. The Tomb of Valeria. The Tomb of Valeria is, as most of you would know, the fall of that great empire. Let's see what they have to say. In the wake of all the conflicts and the struggles that continue to this day over the disputed lands, the plague of the free companies was born and took root. At first, these bands of sellswords merely fought for whoever paid them, but there are those who say that wherever peace threatened, the captains of these free companies acted to investigate new wars to sustain themselves, and so grew fat on the spoils. Right, next we have the reign of the dragons. But I hoped you enjoyed this episode so far. I will see you next time.